Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to quickly just look over Chixia, or Chixia, however you want to say it, and just kind of talk about how to play her. I know I had a previous video talking about Yang Yang, and like I said, I'm going to be doing a series where I try to go over every single character that I can. So, looking at Chixia, she is a very simple character. She's really just a bunch of damage, and that's it. She doesn't provide any kind of buffs to other teammates. Nothing like that on the outro. She's all damage focused. So she's really just kind of your quick swap fusion damage character. So nothing fancy. We're going to take a quick look at what she does. We're going to look at the intro skill first. So like I've talked about in the Yang Yang video, these videos aren't designed for build guides, okay? We're not going to be talking about what weapon you should be using. We're not going to be talking about the echoes, nothing like that. We're just simply looking at the forte and how the character works. So starting off with the intro skill, Chixia makes a heroic entrance and fires rapidly with her dual pistols at the target, dealing fusion damage. Like I said, just damage, nothing fancy. And then looking at the outro skill, very similar. You're just releasing a shockwave surrounding the target, dealing fusion damage equal to 530% of Chixia's attack to enemies within the range. So once again, just more damage, nothing crazy. Looking at her basic attack, you're going to fire up to 4 consecutive shots, dealing fusion damage. You have a heavy attack. She's a gun user, so she's just going to be aiming down sights. And you're going to do, that's her heavy attack. Mid-air attack's pretty cool. As with most gun characters, if you're airborne and you go for normal attacks, you kind of are suspended in mid-air and can deal attacks from the air. Dodge counter, you're going to use your basic attack after a successful dodge to deal fusion damage. Like most other characters, nothing crazy. Looking at her resonance skill, you're going to unleash a flurry of shots dealing fusion damage. Whizzing Fight Spirit has 2 initial charges, so that is pretty fun with her, and we'll talk more about that in the Forte circuit and how to actually use that and play her. Looking at her Resonance Liberation, you're just going to fire up some fast shots at nearby enemies, dealing fusion damage. It's a one-time use, just kind of does a lot of damage, and that's it. There's nothing crazy tied to that. It's just kind of a one-hit use for extra damage. Now, looking at her Forte circuit, this is, as most characters go, this is really the play style of how you actually use the character, which is the point of these videos. So, looking right here, Resonance Skill, Daka Daka. Hold Resonance Skill, Whizzing Fight Spirit, which is your Resonance Skill that we just talked about, and you're going to enter the Daka Daka state. Now, while you're in the state, Chixia continuously consumes thermobaric bullets, or thermobaric, to attack the target, dealing fusion damage. Consider as Resonance Skill damage. Tap Basic Attack to cast Basic Attack 4, dealing fusion damage, considered as Basic Attack damage. Then she terminates Daka Daka. So what this is saying right here is, while you're in game, you're actually going to hold your skill, and I'll demonstrate that here with the background gameplay. Also, if 30 thermobaric bullets have been fired when basic attack is activated, Chixia will cast Resonance Skill Boom Boom and terminate Daka Daka. Chixia terminates Daka Daka when all thermobaric bullets are consumed as well. So what that all is talking about is, we learned from the skill that you have 2 initial charges. So what does that look like in game? You can even see down here, it's got a little 2 next to it, so you can see how I use it, and it's going on cooldown, but I also still have a use of that, so I can still use it again. So right here at the bottom, you'll see the Forte circuit bar, as with all characters. This is her thermobaric bullets when it's talking about that. And it was talking about how if you have 30 of these, you can use them all up and then use your basic attack to deal that boom boom damage, which is going to be a lot more if you can get through that. So what does that actually look like? Holding the skill, now I can actually let go because I'm in that state, but once I pass that mark at the bottom, I've used 30 up, and then I go to that boom boom shot. So how do you get more? You just use the skill. It's going to give you about 30 of those. And then I can use it again. I go into the hold. I'm in the Daka Daka state, and I press normal attack and use that boom boom attack that's talking about. And that's really all there is to Chixia with her Forte circuit. You just try to get those thermobaric bullets up to a little bit above 30. That way, once you have a little bit above 30, you can use the hold skill. You're going to use all of those up. Once you pass a little mark, you use a normal attack or a basic attack and to do that boom boom shot. Very basic, very easy character to use, nothing crazy about her. That's really all there is to it. And then also, something to note is when you do your basic attack, you are going to be stacking up your thermobaric bullets, so you can get more of those, and then you go into the hold state of your skill, and then you can use that basic attack, do that boom boom. And like we talked about earlier, her ultimate is really just a bunch of damage. That's all there is to it. So very, very simple character. She is a free unit, so all of us are going to have her, and if you want to build her up a little bit, she's going to do pretty well for you as far as the fusion damage department goes. Maybe you didn't want to go for Encore and you're free 5-star, so Chixia is probably going to be a good go-to for fusion damage. That is, unless we get characters in the future, like Chang Li, There's also been talk about the Camellia girl. She might be fusion. Not too sure about that yet. I could be wrong. But I think we are going to be getting Jinxi as our next character after Yinlin's banner is over. I think Chixia will be good down the line anyways, just because she's a lot of fusion damage, kind of quick swappy, and she's very selfish, but I think that's okay because she's pretty fun to use. You just use that skill like we've already gone over, then you go into the hold and use that basic attack. So that's really all there is to her. She's pretty fun. I've had a lot of fun with her. Once again, Depths of Elusive Realm, that event that's going on, you can actually use her. And honestly, I think Depths of Elusive Realm is a great place to really learn how a character works because you're forced to play that character as your on-fielder. And once again, this game also has a lot of these training. That's where I'm at right now. And it's a really great and easy way to learn how the character works as well. They provide all of the details and kind of teach you how to use the character. But I also just wanted to make these videos so you kind of have another perspective from a player to see how these characters work. That covers everything for Chixia. She's, like I said, a very straightforward character, nothing crazy, but very fun. Anyways, if you found this video helpful, please do consider liking and subscribing because I'm going to be, like I've said before, I'm going to try to talk about a lot of the characters, all of them, if I can. And also, on a side note, if you guys like other content like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail and even more Wuthering Waves content, there's actually another channel I'm a part of called Gacha Interact where I do this kind of podcast setting discussion type stuff. We talk about all 3 of the games over there. Do check that out. I'll have that linked into the video. So I think that covers everything. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.